The car. Gabriel stared silently out the window as the city drifted past beside him. Streetlights blurred against the glass while rain from earlier in the evening shimmered across the pavement below. Neither of them spoke. The man simply drove. At first, everything looked normal, familiar. But little by little, the world outside began to change. The buildings grew taller, cleaner, stranger somehow. The streets no longer carried the worn-down feeling of the city Gabriel had spent his entire life trapped inside. Even the sky looked different, brighter somehow, despite the coming night. After what couldn't have been more than 20 minutes, the car slowed to a stop in front of a massive glass building that stretched high into the skyline like a monument of light. Gabriel stepped out slowly. Above the entrance hung an enormous silver sign, Heartland Studios. Beneath it, smaller words shimmered softly in white. Where dreams come true. Gabriel looked around in confusion. This wasn't his city. Hell, this didn't even feel like his world. Where are we? He asked quietly. The man walked ahead toward the front doors, adjusting his coat as a faint smile crossed his face. Far from home, kiddo. The answer sent a strange chill through Gabriel's body. He looked around again. The air felt clearer here. Cleaner. Easier to breathe. The noise of the world was gone. No sirens. No shouting. No pressure crushing his chest. Only calm. Only possibility. Gabriel frowned, trying to make sense of it. They had barely been driving 20 minutes. Yet somehow it felt like they had crossed oceans. Even the land itself looked unfamiliar. The trees were taller. The stars brighter. The atmosphere carried an almost unreal softness to it, as if reality itself had loosened around the edges. That strange feeling returned. The same feeling he had when the lyrics spoke to him, like something was pulling him forward. The man opened the studio doors. Gabriel stepped inside and froze. Microphones, instruments, computers, professional sound booths, huge display screens. Every piece of equipment he had ever dreamed of touching stood before him. And sitting across the long studio table was all of his stuff from home. His notebooks, his laptop, his headphones, even the old backpack he left beside the couch that morning. Everything neatly arranged as if it had been waiting for him all along. Gabriel's pulse quickened. What? He whispered. How? He spun around toward the man. But no one was there. The doorway stood open behind him. Empty. Silent. Gabriel stared into the hall beyond the studio, his breathing growing shallow. Hello. No answer. Only silence. Then slowly, the studio lights flickered on one by one around him. A low hum filled the room. And across the massive recording screen, glowing white letters slowly appeared. Welcome back, Gabriel. For reasons he couldn't explain, those words terrified him. Gabriel looked around the studio again, making absolutely certain he was alone before speaking. Hello, he called out cautiously. Who did that? No answer came. Instead, the studio itself awakened. Lights flickered softly overhead as screens across the room suddenly burst to life. Glass display panels unfolded from the walls with smooth mechanical precision, glowing with waveforms, lyrics, sound controls, and editing systems Gabriel had only ever seen online. Then the music started. His music. One by one, his unfinished songs filled the room through crystal-clear speakers. The sound was perfect. Not compressed. Not rough demos made on cheap equipment. Perfect. Gabriel stepped forward slowly, completely mesmerized. Tracks separated themselves automatically across floating panels. Vocals adjusted in real time. Beats aligned flawlessly. Harmonies he never remembered recording layered themselves naturally into place. It was as if the studio understood exactly what he wanted before he even touched anything. Fear twisted inside him. But so did wonder. For hours, Gabriel lost himself in the music. Every adjustment felt effortless. Every sound clicked perfectly into place. The songs became alive, stronger than he had ever imagined them. The voices hit harder. The beats carried emotion straight into the chest. And for the first time in his entire life, Gabriel felt seen. Not by people, by creation itself. Finally, after what felt like an entire day inside the studio, Gabriel leaned back in the chair and stared at the final glowing button before him. Finalize. He hesitated only a moment before pressing it. Instantly, the entire studio pulsed with light. Code flooded every screen. Uploading, publishing, distributing. Platforms appeared faster than he could read them. Music apps, streaming services, websites he had never even heard of. His album spread across the digital world automatically like wildfire. Gabriel's eyes widened. No way. This had to be a dream. There was no other explanation. But then reality crashed back into his mind. Work, bills, his family, responsibility. Panic suddenly surged through him. I have to get back. He shot out of the chair and sprinted for the doors. I have to work. Bills are due. My family needs me. Gabriel burst outside and froze. He was standing behind the butcher shop. The same alley, the same dumpsters, the same gray afternoon sky. His boss leaned out the back door holding a clipboard. You good? The man asked casually. Truck just got here. Could use a hand. Gabriel stared at him in complete disbelief. What? His breathing became uneven. What time is it? His boss raised an eyebrow. Same time it was 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes. Gabriel's stomach dropped. That was impossible. He had spent hours in the studio. Maybe longer. Hands shaking slightly, Gabriel pulled out his phone. The time confirmed it. Only minutes had passed. Yeah, Gabriel muttered numbly. I'm coming. Like a machine running on autopilot, he helped unload the truck in stunned silence. His mind spiraled the entire time. Finally, unable to take it anymore, he slipped one headphone back into his ear and pressed play on his phone. The music exploded through the speaker. Clean. Mastered. Perfect. His completed album. Every song. Exactly as it sounded inside the studio. Gabriel nearly dropped the phone. His chest tightened. This wasn't a dream. It was real. But how? How could any of this be real? By the time his shift finally ended, Gabriel felt detached from the world around him, like he was watching someone else live his life from a distance. He drove home in silence, said hello to his family, then rushed straight to his computer. The second the screen turned on, notifications flooded everything. Messages, comments, shares, follower counts skyrocketing in real time. His music was everywhere. Thousands of plays became hundreds of thousands within minutes. Reaction videos, people crying to his songs, creators using his music, music blogs calling him the voice people didn't know they needed. Gabriel stumbled backward into his chair. His fingers slid through his hair as his heart pounded violently in his chest. What? He whispered shakily. Another notification appeared. Then another. Then another. Millions. His breathing slowed. Not from calm. From disbelief. What is going on?